I'm Aidan. We are called Wounds.
Hey, I'm Steve. I play bass.
Hey, I'm Craig and I play drums.
I am James and I play guitar.
So I understand the band came together in Dublin?
Yeah, it did indeed. Me and James put it together and here we are.
What was the common interest with you two when you met? How did you end up being in a band?
We both came out of the same vagina, so we had no choice. There's nothing else to do where we're from, so we just thought we'd start a band and have some fun.
It's
And
upward from there, man.
here we are.
Yeah, one way to see the world.
Yes, definitely.
Beats joining the military, right?
Yeah, that they wouldn't have us, man. We're little sissies. Look at us.
That ain't gonna happen. And how about you? How did you meet these guys and decide to join the band?
They had an opening for a bass player very, very, very quickly. I learned the songs in about a day and a half. Met them at Riot Fest Chicago. Met them the same day we played our first show, about 5 hours beforehand. And stepped up.
Man, they just
And they won't let me leave.
You know, sharks.
If I could blink out help in like
Morse code.
yeah, Morse code. So I guess I'm Irish now. I'm just I'm bleeding Guinness and Bushmills and Jameson.
Wow. And how about you? How did you join?
I know Aidan is a barber, a very, very talented barber. So that's how I got to know Aidan. He was cutting my hair for a few years and we just became friends, just chatting about music and stuff. Yeah, and he knew I was a drummer and he just told me he had a band and stuff. And then he was like, I might give you a call one day. I need a drummer. And I was just like, well, give us a shout if you need me, because like I was out of work. So he called me up one day and said, you want to come down and practice and come on a tour next week? And I was like, yeah. So kind of similar to Steve, I was kind of in at the deep end. It was like I had to learn the songs in a couple of days, come down, have like 2 rehearsals, 1 warm-up show, and then we went to the UK and did a Kerrang tour. Yeah, so but it was exciting. It was in challenge and stuff. So yeah, it was good. It worked out in the end. So it was good.
That's
Yeah.
great. And let's go down the line, starting with you.
Yep.
Talk about some of that first music you heard, either a band or an album, a song, something that just got you excited about making music yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, Aidan's my older brother, and as a kid, he used to show me a lot of the music he listened to himself. And I suppose one of the biggest bands that I fell in love with from the word go would have been Alkaline Trio. So they've been one of my favourite bands ever since he showed me their earlier stuff. And I mean, gotten to play with them over the past little while as well, which has been incredible. So, yeah. Pretty.
So what's it like when you go up and meet somebody you really appreciate their music? You're like, you don't want to act stupid, but it's like you don't even know.
Oh, he was wearing a fucking Alkaline Trio patch when we met.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was like, oh shit, play cool.
I was like, yeah, I'm just going to kind of stand angled so you don't see this patch, if that's all right. I'm not just standing awkwardly for the laugh.
But that's what it's about. It's about falling in love with the music, being
yeah.
inspired,
Absolutely.
doing something with it. For sure.
I'd never act like an ultra fangirl or anything, but
Sure.
I suppose I have to maintain that level of not being a fangirl. So yeah, it's incredible. I mean, we got to meet we got to play with the majority of the bands that I grew up listening to thanks to his influence. So that's been pretty mental. I mean, even with Finch, they're one of the first heavier bands I ever listened to. So that was amazing. It's been an amazing tour so far. So.
That's great. And how about you? Give us some of the music.
Well, with music, my brothers, like I grew up around music, so my brothers would have had heavier music on, so like Nirvana and the Pixies and Radiohead and then Smashing Pumpkins, stuff like that. So I mean, I started playing guitar first at 7, just like messing around on guitar, and then I just really wanted to get into drums, and then like just be like tapping my knees and stuff like that in the house, and they were like, just let's get him a drum kit. So I got a kit when I was like 12. And I think like biggest influence, like maybe when I make music, was like Jimmy Chamberlain as a drummer, stuff like that. And like Dave Grohl and stuff like just heavy grunge music and stuff like that. And then, yeah, from then it just like still played a bit of guitar and just started playing drums and just kept at it.
I get a lot of the ideology that I have for like working hard from them, but my dad and my uncle are professional jazz musicians, so I've kind of been around it my entire life. But I do have an older sister who was she was into the hair metal in the 80s, So, Skid Row, Motley Crue, Metallica is one of the big ones for me. I just remember riding in the car with her, and Master of Puppets came on, and that was it.
I used to work in like an Irish music store, and I had to listen to all that terrible Irish music all of the time. And
Record store? Or
yeah, so like a record store. And one day they ordered a bunch of cassettes, and there was a Rage Against the Machine tape in it, and they were like, "What the fuck is this?" So obviously the order got messed up, and I was like, "I'll take that." So I listened to it on the way home, and then that was it for me. And then it just led me down the rabbit hole. Then I started I got into like 9 Inch Nails a lot more kind of industrial stuff, and then I love Queens of the Stone Age, and then but overall I guess the main kind of band that influenced everything we do would be the Stooges, like Iggy Pop, and kind of that era, like just early garage punk, and just imagine being around in that time, man. I would kill to be around in that time.
Sure.
So I guess the Stooges would be like, I've got Gimme Danger tattooed here, it's somewhere down there. So the Stooges would be the big influence on my life.
What are you most proud of, with the new record? Did you accomplish, whether it be a song or attitude or general vibe? What's the most exciting thing for you?
I think specifically was trying to, because James is he's like a lot younger than me, so me and him kind of meet in the middle. I'd have a lot more kind of classical influences from like the Stooges and stuff, and he'd like modern bands like Alkaline Trio and stuff. So kind of bridging that gap and still having like some fucking attitude about it, because there's a lot of bands that like they may sound really heavy on record, but they're just fucking sterile. Like there's a lot of kind of bands now that there's no danger. There's no danger anymore, and that's just sad. So I'm proud that every song on the album just sounds kind of hungry and real. There's nothing, we didn't go in writing songs saying, oh, people are going to love this part or people can identify with that. We just wrote it because it was like, this is how we feel right now. And it turns out a lot of people feel that way, which is good. So hopefully, the effect the Stooges would have on my life and Alkaline Trio would have on James's life, hopefully we have that effect on people. That they will just go, yeah, this is real shit.
Everybody needs some. With you, talk about the making of the video, because I know you just shot it out here in the last month.
Yeah.
In LA. Talk about the experience and what you think you accomplished with that video.
I mean, if anything, there's a raw intensity in the video that people choreograph, and like bands go and practice in front of mirrors to try and get that stuff down. And the one thing that I can say about being fresh in this band is that everyone is just giving it like 100%, and myself included. There's no holds barred. I mean, hopefully, someone that's never heard the band watches the video and says like, wow, that's just energy and performance. And actually, we're all lucky because it was a very small stage that we didn't knock each other out or break anything, because it was very, very tight. And we did the video shot at least 20 times. So by the end, there's photos, maybe we'll put them out someday, where we're all just hunched over, sweating, like
puking,
gasping for breath. Yeah, I almost puked. I broke parts of my rig, just let it all out for that. So, you'll be able to tell that it's not faked at all.
With the album, I think for the US release, I'm really proud of it, because it's like, we added a few new songs on there, so there's 13 tracks on it. The opener, like War in the Sun, we've got a promo video online for that one. Really proud of that song. Personally, it's great. Like, I think it's because Die Young was like a 10 track album with like Aidan was saying, like there's the energy there and it's real and stuff like that. And we still are the same, but War in the Sun's a little bit, we've all, the four of us, well, like the three of us, like, matured, and will continue to mature as writers and as people. So I think we can hear that in the new tracks, if you get me. And like, there's like, is this what we get? And All Hell's a Coming, 2 new tracks as well. So I'm proud that they're on it, and really proud to have an album coming out in the States. So, I mean, yeah, it's great. Like, I'm really looking forward to people hearing it, really. So it comes out like November 24th. So I can't wait to get it out there and just keep touring it, you know.
I mean, personally, this is only my second time ever being to America, and we're touring for the guts.
This is the first time tonight you're playing in LA, right?
This will be, wouldn't it? Yeah. So this is
Amazing.
first time ever in LA. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, I mean, getting to see the States is just something I've always wanted to do, but not just that. Getting to do it with my brother, my best friend. He's gonna punch me in the face for saying that. But yeah, I mean, I got to do it with the boys, my brothers as well. But like, it's just the chance to actually put the record Die Young out here is unbelievable, because I mean, when I first spoke to Aiden when we started Wounds, I mean, I had no idea that he could sing, and I'd only started playing guitar maybe about 3 weeks before I asked him to start a band. So we, I don't know, struck it pretty fucking lucky.
From all you've seen in the business, let's give some tips, because there's some other people coming up, some bands down the street. You got a band in the garage that they're trying to do what you're doing, and you know, be able to rock the world. Give them some little tips. What suggestions do you have for them to kind of find their own lane or persevere in this tough business?
I'd say be honest, be as honest as possible, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because anybody who told us that, I mean, Jesus, it was pure vengeance from then on out. It was just like, all right, well, fuck you, we're gonna do it. And then it just, you know, I mean, shit, we our first show was in front of 2 people. And they both thought we were shit, you know. And then it was like, but we didn't. We knew we were fucking great, and like, and that's not a cocky thing. Like, I think we're great. I would listen to us.
You don't have to wait for somebody else to tell you.
No, and that's it. Just believe in yourself, and everyone else is going to do that. So, yeah, just regardless if you don't, you know, if you don't think that you can't do it, because you as you said, this industry sucks dick. But there's, you know, that's the thing, is that bands like us inspire people to do that and fight against all the other 99% of shit that's out there.
Do it your way.
Yeah, definitely. So just be honest and be fucking hungry and never stop being hungry.
Beautiful. Suggestions?
Pro tip: be a musician first and a band guy second. You just meet so many people that they get lost in doing this, and you know what, like, in 15, 20 years, like, we're all still going to be musicians. Like, it's a difference. Like, you commit for a life to do this, and, you know, practicing your instrument and learning what you're doing, why you're doing it, how to be better, how to write better songs, how to convey your feeling, how to speak with your instrument and with your voice, and how to take care of all of those things. Like, you know, a lot of people don't do that. They just fall into it and get stroke of luck, and then, like, you know, some people are very, very successful that have no idea what they're doing. But, like, my pro tip is learn what you're doing and keep going and never give up becoming a better musician, because at the end of the day, like, we're all gonna be old and fat, and someday, like, you know, but maybe someday we'll be like the Buzzcocks, because we saw them play at Riot Fest and they were fantastic, and that's what, like, a 40-year career. That's fantastic, and I want us to be blowing people off the stage at Riot Fest in, like, 2030 or 40 or 50 or however. Right? Math, not my strong point.
I love it. How about you? What do you need to focus on?
I'd say, listen to more music, like more genres, branch out, because I remember when I was younger, I used to just, you know, be a little bit narrow-minded on whenever it came to music influences. I just think it makes you a better musician, and it really broadens the mind on, like, don't close yourself off on heavy music if you're just a fan of heavy music. Listen to different stuff, form a band, draw influences from different places in life in general and music, and try to make it your own. You know what I mean? Like, because the more influences you have, I think it really broadens your mind, and it'll make you a better person and a better musician. So don't rule anything out, because I think that's a bit like of an ignorant approach. If you're a musician, you should listen to all music and take something from it. It might not be your cup of tea, but at least give it a chance before you write it off, you know?